in the corner of the room, not ready to resume, 'cause like I'm taking, don't wanna be alone, but I'm not in the zone. I'm looking for somebody, I'm looking for somebody,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SRN. I'm Sean Fitz alongside producer John Long, bringing you live action of the Mason-Dixon iRacing Series ARCA Night at Daytona right here on the Sim Racing News Network. Qualifying underway here at Daytona tonight. Legacy Daytona at that in the ARCA car. It's a fun Friday night run. I know this is not initially what was planned for this group tonight, but nonetheless, we're gonna have a little bit of fun here tonight at Daytona. 25 laps is gonna make up tonight's event. 1 fast repair for these drivers and 3 green-white checkered attempts here at Daytona. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, new to the Sim Racing News Network, head on over to simracingnews.net and for more information. We're going to get kicked off here in just a second. And there we go, flipping on over as qualifying comes to a close and these drivers are going to get grid up. Let's take a look tonight at the starting grid for tonight's event. Luke Gray starting on the pole with Greg Wood on the outside. We know Greg from a couple different broadcasts here tonight. Glad to see he's on the outside pole. We're going to try not to murder these names too hard here. Jacob Crucis, Gavin Rapkin starting 4th tonight. Blake Test 5th. Anderson Bird, Brian Hesley, Ethan Snyder rounding the top 8. So we continue to flip through here. Reed Davis, Jake Carter rounding out the top 10. Charles Hartzell, Justin Stillman, Andrew, that's Andrew Freling there. Fredling there. Freeling. We're gonna try our best not to pronounce it or not to butcher these names. Starting 13th. Nicholas Level 14th. Matt Mundy, Daniel Jenkins starting 17th tonight. As we continue to cycle through the remainder of the field here, it looks like 27 cars have come out to Daytona to have a lot of fun out here. And we are glad you are tuned in, because you're not going to want to miss it. If you're new to iRacing, this car has gone through a couple different renditions. It's often known as the ARCA car now, but it used to be called the Grand National car. We've called it a couple different things, both pleasant and unpleasant over the years. Nonetheless, you're gonna see these drivers wheeling around this super speedway here in Daytona Beach, Florida on the iRacing service. Doesn't look like our pole sitter grid up, so Greg Wood is gonna inherit that pole. On the outside, you're gonna see him take the lead here tonight when they come across the stripe. Again, if you're unfamiliar with Daytona, it is pretty much foot to the floor, try to hang on. And these drivers are going to do just that. Try to hang on for 25 action-packed laps tonight here at Daytona. Again, as I mentioned, one fast repair, or aka one reset for these drivers here at Daytona. This session was opened up to everybody. There is a street stock showdown taking place on Sunday. You'll definitely want to tune in to the SRN for that. You're definitely not going to want to miss that action, so make sure you get connected to the Sim Racing News Network through your favorite streaming platform. That's Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. You can just do a search for Sim Racing News. We simulcast all broadcasts across all of your favorite streaming platforms out there. That 98 machine, Jacob Carusis, or Trucius there. It's gonna start on that inside. Pace car's gonna duck off, and we're gonna go green flag here at Daytona for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. The outside not moving that inside. You see that 98 car. He's out to the lead. They're single file through, well, there we go. Greg Wood caught sideways. That's going to catch several cars into the wall. Caution's going to be out on lap 1. As I mentioned, one fast repair for these drivers, and several of them are going to have to use them up right here. We're gonna go back and take a look here at that replay. A lot of wildness happening. It looks like that driver on the apron may have been the cause of the majority of that. And everybody just piled in. That's gonna take several drivers back down pit road. As again, we are under caution here on lap 1 of 25 at Daytona. Again, this is not as planned tonight. We expected to see street stock showdown action at Michigan. Unfortunately, that event, the first heat race and qualifier, was set to take place tonight. That did not occur. In the meantime, James Batzer and the Mason-Dixon Racing Series kept the SRN on board to bring you this live coverage here of their ARCA races. This was a hosted open session here at Daytona. Gave everybody the opportunity to come out and put some laps in the ARCA car. Taking a look at our top 5, those drivers able to survive that. Our leader, Jacob Trucius there, he's gonna maintain that lead in that 98 car. Blake Test in the 99 is going to start second. Gavin Ropcon is going to start third. Charles Hartzell, Nicholas Lovell going to round out the top 5. Those of you old fans of the SRN and the FBN remember the days back in the ASCRL days. And that's Nicholas Lavelle there in the 5th place. He's gonna have a fast hot rod tonight, and we'll continue to monitor that. I know admins are working on clearing out some of the drivers here to make this a little bit more of a clean race. It was to be expected to have a little bit of trouble here at a super speedway, but lap 1 is certainly not the place to do it. We'll get some green flag laps in here in just a little bit, though. Going through the rest of the field here, Daniel Jenkins is going to start 6th. James Batzer is going to start restart 7th there. Andrew Frelling 8th. Mike Shiano is going to start 9th, and Jake Carter is going to start 10th on this restart here at Daytona. Again, if you've not ever watched a race at Daytona, it is pretty much wide open the entire time. 2 by 2, you're in a traffic jam going 200 miles an hour here at this famed or very historic racetrack in Daytona Beach, Florida. This is the legacy version. This version, I believe, is either 8 or 10 years old even. And this was one of the first versions scanned into iRacing. They are running that version tonight here in the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. This track, it adds a little bit more character than a lot of Daytona races you may be in. This track is very bumpy, pretty much all the way through. And it causes a little bit of a heartburn for the drivers, gives them something to hang on to. So we'll see these drivers getting ready to go back green flag racing here, just coming across the stripe for lap 5. Pace car lights are off. They're getting doubled up. Jacob Cherushis and Blake Test on that front row. Gavin Rupcon and Charles Hartzell in that second row. That 98 machine was able to get a really good run on that start of the race. He was able to get out in front of Greg Wood. Let's see if he's able to do that in his first restart attempt here. Again, one fast repair for these drivers, and several of them had to use it already due to that big pile up through turn 1 on the start of the race. And looking through the field, it looks like the league admins have gone through and kind of cleared house just a little bit. I show we have 14 cars left running here. But that certainly shouldn't take away from the action. You see that Ford Mustang ducking down pit road? Jacob brings him back to the green flag on lap 5. Able to get a car length out on the rest of the field here. It looks like he's going to get a push from Gavin Rapicon. And caution's back out once again. It looks like the 19 involved of Brian Hazlitt. Andrew Frelling may be also involved here. He was spun on the bottom of the apron. Let's go back and take a look here. Looks like that outside line was blocked quite a bit. The 22 up there was trying to get by. and gave the bumper. No patience given here. That's going to affect a couple drivers that didn't deserve that either. And caution is back out once again here on lap 5. Riding on board the 03's getting caught up with the pace car here. And it looks like the admins have still worked through some of the folks in the back of the field. We're down to 13 cars running. And again, this was not the scheduled content we expected to see here tonight at Daytona. We were expecting to see qualifying efforts underway for the Street Stock Showdown for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series at Michigan. We're going to still see that race on Sunday night, just not a need for the qualifying race tonight. So instead, James Batcher elected to bring the ARCA cars at Daytona, and so far we've not made it a lap yet under green flag. And looks like Reed Davis in that 66 is going to work around the outside. He's going to be the recipient of the lucky dog. He's going to get that opportunity to get back on the green flag or get on the lead lap here. I think it's only going to leave one driver. That's Andrew Frelling, one lap down, as you see him rolling off pit road. Involved in that last caution. He was a byproduct of all that happened with the 22 on the outside of that line during that restart. Drivers side by side as they work through turn 3 here tonight at Daytona for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. The ARCA cars here at Daytona on a Friday night. A little bit of fun here. They're going to take the green flag on lap 9. Jacob Cherushis and Gavin Rupcon on the front row. This is Jacob's second attempt here at a restart tonight. Looking to get a green flag lap in. And there you see it. The flag is out. That 03 car on the outside able to muscle by the 98 and get clear of him. The top 7, top 6. Broken away just a little bit here. And we've got a car around into grass. Looks like he is struggling to get that under control. He's still struggling to get it under control, but green flag is still out. That bottom line starting to form up here. That outside line, I believe that's Charles Hartzell stuck on the outside. In the meantime, that inside line is really starting to come together. It looks like the top, all but one driver in the top 7 have figured out that bottom line. They're gonna work by that lapped car. I believe that's Brian Hazlett there. And it's gonna get tight. Brian under power here in that 19, and they're jostling for position around him, trying to get clear. In the meantime, that little bit of a slow up let that outside line start to form up a little bit. Charles Hartzell on the outside trying to find some room. And 3 wide for the lead. Nick Lovell bringing it up the middle. He's leading that outside line effort, trying to make it stick. The top 8 drivers now nose to tail, 2 by 2 all the way back. As they work by another car a lap down. Gavin Rapcon on the bottom line. He's been able to hang on to it a little bit. Nick Lovell is on the outside, trying to make it happen for himself. He's gonna get a little bit of a run. He's got the lead here by a nose. That outside line starting to come apart a little bit. The top 6 side by side. And that's Hartzell looking for an opportunity to make it 3 wide once again. Nick Lovell, he's in the middle going nowhere. 3 wide for 3rd back here now. Nick Lovell in the middle of that sandwich trying to find a place to go. And then Gavin up front trying to block. Nick Lovell's not giving it up. That middle line really tight through there, through the tri-oval. Looks like that 3rd line up there is going to fall apart a little bit. Charles Hartzell's going to lead it. It's right on board with Nick Lovell tonight, right behind. Oh, we got a big wreck on the backstretch. Going to involve the 98. It also looks like our leader, the 03 of Gavin Rapcon, involved. And caution is going to be out. Let's go back and take a look at the replay here on the backstretch. Riding on board with Jake. Yeah, it looks like those bumpers got hooked up. Both of those drivers went for a ride through the infield grass on the bottom of turn 3. Good news is I believe most of those drivers were up front most of the night. They're still going to have an opportunity to go away to take that fast repair, as we still have. They're going to green flag with about 8 laps remaining here at Daytona. Your leader now, Charles Hartzell. 2nd place, Nick Lovell. Daniel Jenkins is going to come out 3rd out of all that. Reed Davis 4th, and Jacob Trusless there, or Trusless? David. I'm sorry, Jacob, let's talk about after this race how we pronounce that last name. Thanks. Doesn't look like he's going to lose a whole lot of space there. As this group catches up with the pace car, I believe league admins may have just removed another driver. As the iRacing scoring system gets caught back up here. Okay, we're going to go back green flag racing with 8 to go here on the SRN. If you're just now tuning in, my name's Sean Fitz alongside producer John Lawn, bringing you ARCA action tonight here at Daytona. The Mason-Dixon Racing Series, again, this is a makeup event. They initially had planned to run street stocks, their first of 3 qualifying efforts into Sunday's big money race. Street stock showdown at Michigan. That race, this qualifying race was no longer going to take place and instead decided to run ARCA at Daytona. We're proud to bring that on board, or proud to have them on board to allow or give us the opportunity to call this race anyhow. Again, if you haven't already done so, you're going to want to get connected to the Sim Racing News Network. Do that on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure you like, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you need to do to stay connected. A whole lot of racing action each and every week right here on the SRN. We kick it off on Monday nights with Ohio Sim Racing's Truck Series, brought to you by Mosquito Ranger. Tuesday nights, the Radical Racing League brings you a heck of a lot of fun right here on the SRN. And the Radical cars at tracks you wouldn't normally see them. That race has been a lot of excitement over the last couple weeks. Wednesday night, Ohio Sim Racing returns with Xfinity action, their Premier League. And then a bunch of fill-in stuff like this race right here for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. So you're certainly not going to want to miss any of it. Just make sure you get connected to the Sim Racing News Network. I'm hearing now from race control that restarts moving forward will be single file. That's going to limit some opportunities here and really lead on Charles Hartzell here to get a run and get a decent start. Nick Lovell, second place, will be right behind him, and Nick will not be afraid to put the bumper out there. Again, they're going to go green flag, less than 8 laps to go here at Daytona. A lot of these drivers already worked through their fast repair. So running out of opportunities to be a little bit more gutsy here, a little bit more brave. You've got to keep that car in one piece to be able to finish this thing tonight. And a lot of these drivers have just got to sit back and tick down some laps here as they come to a close. Pace car lights are off, that iRacing themed Ford Mustang. The official pace car of iRacing, that means 1 to go signal for these drivers. They're going to go back green flag racing next time by.
Green, green, green.
And green flag is back out here at Daytona. Charles Hartzell gets a 2-car length lead, but the rest of the field is starting to get bunched up. And as I mentioned, Nick Lovell's going to get a run. He's going to have help on the outside. The 98 machine. That's Jacob Truslis there. Giving a push to Nick. They get clear of our leader. That's a 3-car run on the outside. That bottom line's going to start getting collected there, but Nick Lovell's going to bring him down. He's going to shut the door on the inside line. Nick Lovell, your new leader, as they get fanned out down the front stretch here. Gavin Repcon on the move as well. He's currently up to 6th. Lovell now in the lead. The outside line not doing a whole lot, but Charles Hartzell is certainly trying. Well, that's Daniel Jenkins up there giving him a little bit of a shove. That bottom line showing some dominance here. That outside line starting to form up once again. You see Hartzell getting the push from Jenkins. This is going to be the race for the lead right here. Oh, big contact. Hartzell's involved. Looks like Hartzell, I believe, Blake Test involved. It also looks like Reed Davis involved. And caution is back out on lap 19. Again, caution out as the drivers get caught up with the pace car here at Daytona tonight for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. You want to join this group, again, this is a makeup race, but if you want to get joined up with this crew, head on over to Facebook, do a search for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. You can also do a search on iRacing for James Batzer. He'll get you hooked up. Offering a whole lot of different types of racing, including money races, pay to play, and the winner taking home some pocket change. You're certainly not going to want to miss the opportunity to win some money. And you can do that right here with the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. Again, Nick Lovell, your leader right now. Jacob Truslis on the outside. Gavin Ropcon. Greg Wood is back up there in the top 5. He's going to restart 4th, and Brian Hazlett is going to start 5th. I do believe we're going to go green flag. Still within regulation here. I believe it'll be 2 to go. When they get the signal, or when they go back green flag racing, we will not dip into the green-white checkers yet. I do believe we have 3 opportunities to make that happen, finish this race under green. However, the field, these drivers are running out of opportunities and fast repairs to make this happen here at Daytona. You've got to keep the car underneath you. That's the first thing you've got to do. A lot of these drivers have struggled with that tonight. Because I believe this is, if this is not our 5th caution, it is our 4th tonight here in 20 laps at Daytona. Pace car lights are out one more time. We're gonna stay in regulation here. This restart will happen with about 3 laps to go. Nick Lovell and that 10 machine's gonna be in the lead. Jacob Schroecius is gonna start second. Gavin Ropcon, Greg Wood, and Brian Hazlett's gonna round out the top 5. Single file restarts in effect. We're trying to get this race wrapped up with some decent green flag racing here. Race Control has had these drivers pretty much on single files since the last, since the caution before last. But we did get some green flag laps in. Pace car's gonna duck down pit road. Nick Lovell again.
Green, green, green.
As I mentioned, your leader protecting that outside line. He gets it rolling early. 3 laps to go in tonight's 25-lap event. Nick's about to have a big run on his tail. He's got to try to hold him off. It's going to be led by Jacob Schroecius in the 98. He's going to be able to hold him back. The 98's going to come up to the bumper of the 10, but they're going to have trouble with Gavin Rapicon on the inside. The 98 goes high. Greg Wood's gonna join him. Nick Lovell there still out front, but a 3-wide push is on the way. That 98 starting to fall backwards in that middle line. And now they're 3 wide for the lead. Greg Wood on top. Still 3 wide. Nick Lovell in the middle, no help. Greg Wood gets clear. Charles Hartzell's up there. And we got a car sideways across the track. And that's going to collect a couple others here. That was Reed Davis. Looks like, sorry about that. It looks like a couple drivers got disconnected at the same time. Jake Carter, Blake Test, Daniel Jenkins involved. All drivers that been involved in a couple incidences already here tonight. As we're under caution once again. Your leader, Gavin Rapcon, was able to stay clear of all that mess. Greg Wood is second. Charles Hartzell is third right now. Nick Lovell fell back to fourth. He got stuck in the middle there. Had no help. These drivers again work to catch up with the pace car. These drivers are going to have 3 attempts at green-white checkers here for an opportunity to finish this thing out. Pace car lights are off here at Daytona for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series ARCA race. Again, if you want to get involved in the Street Stock Showdown, there's some big prize money on the line for that race. Head on over to Mason-Dixon Racing Series on Facebook. Get connected with that group. James Bassler doing his best to put together a big purse, and we're talking a big purse. So you certainly want to get connected on that to walk away with a chance to win some money and put it in your pocket. Street Stocks at Michigan happening this weekend. We'll be covering that live here on the SRN. But tonight, ARCA cars at Daytona. Down the backstretch, these drivers are getting ready to go green flag. Single file restarts in effect. This is overtime here with the ARCA cars. That's right, 3 attempts to get a green, white, checkered finish. We certainly hope we don't need all 3, but we've certainly got them. As Gavin Ropcon, Greg Wood, Charles Hartzell, Nick Lovell, Jacob Trusless there rounding out the top 5. Who's going to have what it takes to get up front? Who's going to be able to keep the car clean? Who's going to be running at the end of this thing? That's going to be the big tell. And Gavin Ropcon on the outside, or he's going to be in the front on the outside. He's going to try to block the advances of Greg Wood on the outside before getting to the start-finish line. Green flag is back out, and we're in overtime. Nick Lovell on the outside trying to make it rip. He gets by Charles Hartzell there. He's going to be alongside Greg Wood as they work their way into one. Big run on the outside. Lovell timed that restart perfectly. He's on the outside for the lead now. That momentum's going to die, but Hartzell's on the move. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead down the backstretch. Hartzell with a big run. It looks like he's going to get clear of Nick Lovell. And he clears both those drivers all the way down to the bottom. Hartzell's our leader. Top 5 cars have broken away a little bit here. Greg Wood slides up a little out of shape. Nick Lovell on the outside once again. He's got the 98 machine there. White flag is out. What's gonna happen here? About 2/3 of the lap left to determine our leader. Oh, out of shape. Nick Lovell gets collected. Hartzell gets collected. And then Greg Wood, he's underneath that yellow line trying to get by. Greg on the outside. Big push. Greg Wood is going to win tonight here at Daytona. Congratulations to Greg Wood. He was caught up in a caution earlier tonight. He started on the outside of the front row. And he led this group of drivers across the stripe during the most important lap here at Daytona. Let's take a quick look at our results tonight. Again, a couple drivers did not finish this event. As Greg Wood's going to bring home the lead, Gavin Rapcon's going to bring home second. Jacob Trosis is third, fast all night long. Andrew Frelling fourth. Blake Test fifth. Daniel Jenkins sixth. Brian Hazlett seventh. Nick Lovell eighth. Charles Hartzell's ninth, and Jake Carter's rounding out the top 10. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the SRN tonight, the Sim Racing News Network. It's been a lot of fun covering the ARCA action here for the Mason-Dixon Racing Series. We're going to go ahead and kill the coverage here tonight. And we will see you throughout the weekend. Again, you're going to want to get connected to the SRN. You can do that via Facebook or Twitter. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe on your favorite streaming platform. We're going to be bringing you all sorts of racing action over the next couple weeks right here on the SRN. On behalf of producer John Long, I am Sean Fitz. We appreciate you tuning in. We will see you again in the near future. Bye-bye, everybody.